Hey there guys, Hagorian Thunder, the Naked Reviewer here. Well, the review got its first subscriber request, and I intend to fulfill it, because you know, I've been waiting over a year to play this game myself. So Ratchet fan, this one goes out to you. Well, before we get to the gameplay clips, I just want to say, I bought Resistance 2, and I bought the Special Edition. So I got some extra stuff with it. In addition to the game, I got this awesome little statue of the Chimera dude. Check him out. He's pretty cool. He just sits up there next to my computer these days, you know, lovingly pointing his barrel of his rifle at my face. I also got the Resistance 2 Making of DVD. It's also got a bonus code included to get a multiplayer skin for my Wraith, and a Resistance 2 art book. Now, art books are pretty standard with special editions, but you know, all in all, as far as this one goes, I thought it was a pretty good deal. An art book, a making of DVD, and a little buddy for my computer. So anyway, let's get to the clips. The story for Resistance 2 is set in the early 1950s. Resistance, Fall of Man, was centered around an American attempt to drive the Chimera out of England. When that failed, the Chimera set their sights across the pond and directly on America. The Chimerans made quick technological and evolutionary progress in the respects that they constructed a whole new battleship fleet, and they are no longer reliant on conversion centers, which was before their only apparent weakness as a species. The campaign centers again around Sergeant Nathan Hale, who has now been placed in charge of a squad of U.S. Sentinels, a new group of special forces trained to combat large groups of Chimera and infiltrate deep into gray territory, as they put it. The story, while entertaining, feels like the standard sequel stock. Although many of our questions about the origin of the Chimera are answered, many more questions receive little to no answering and leave us waiting for the inevitable third and possibly last installment. The gameplay in Resistance 2 plays like most first-person shooters, but carries a certain air of refinement. The firefights are challenging. From the prologue to the end, I had to use every bit of skill and reflex I've acquired over the years to beat the campaign. Where many of today's first-person shooters seem to fall short by not engaging the player fully, Resistance 2 excels at making you feel like a hero by immersing you into intense firefights, complete with battle chatter from your AI companions. Reactions like, "We've got grays closing on our 22, or "Throw me a clip, I'm running low," add even more tension and lifelike aspects to the game world. Most of the franchise's original weapons have seen some modification, the bullseye being the most prominent in my eye. Secondary fire has been reworked to be more effective with most weapons as well. Making their Resistance debuts are the Marksman, a mid to long range Chimera sniper rifle, the Pulse Cannon, a massive US energy bazooka, the Splitter, a radial buzzsaw that reminds me of the Ripper from Dead Space, the Magnum, a pistol that fires highly explosive remote detonated slugs, the Wraith, a minigun with a full frontal mobile shield, and finally, spider grenades, which snake around cover and corners and burn with the force of napalm. You're gonna need all those weapons and your wits to stay alive this time. The campaign should take about 6 to 7 hours, but with all my deaths, I clocked a playtime closer to 10 hours. Oh, also, you have to play it by yourself. Yeah, no co-op campaign this time. Why they did this, I don't know. There was a co-op campaign for Fall of Man, so why not Resistance 2? It just baffles me since it's a big glaring eyesore for fans of the new franchise, but at least the new trophy system has been implemented here. This is where co-op really shines for this game. You and a friend can hop into a mission online with up to 6 other people, allowing for online co-op missions with a max of 8 people. If you tire of co-op missions and large Chimeran hordes, then take your game into competitive mode, where up to 60 players battle on maps with various game types from deathmatch and core control to the new skirmish type, which keeps players constantly in the heat of the action. All these game types make for hours of replayable game time, and can almost guarantee that you won't be shelving this title after finishing the story mode. The servers also track your progress, and with each game you get more experience to increase your level and rank. The higher your level, the more gear and weapons you'll have access to, giving you a better chance of survival in all types of online play. Your rank is just an army title, like Private First Class or Sergeant, and doesn't seem to have any type of effect on the gameplay. The orchestrated music in Resistance 2 is right on the mark. It was composed and performed by Boris C. Salchow. However, there may not be a soundtrack release in the future for Resistance 2. This news is really not too surprising when you consider that the first Resistance never got an official soundtrack release either, for retail or otherwise. Either way, the music is rocking and really helps to immerse you in the game world even more. So did Resistance 2 deliver with the fury that a first-person title should? Yes, and then some. It's got challenge, multiple game types, and ways to play online. The weapon refinements have all been for the best, and that is usually the biggest problem with a direct sequel. Nobody likes it when their favorite gun gets nerfed. This is a game that will keep you interested long after you beat the campaign. Added trophy support will give you even more reasons to play. If you're an American citizen, then you'll definitely appreciate how close to home this one hits. I know that I was fascinated with the San Francisco and the Auric levels as a Californian. Resistance 2, for all its effort, and despite a non-co-op campaign, scores a 9 out of 10. If you have friends, the net, and a PS3, get this one today.